Okay, this is my passion project. It is on this iPhone 3G. Now this iPhone 3GS, we won't just be looking at it. What we're going to be doing is we will be tearing it down. First step is to hold the power and lock buttons until it does that, so that the phone is turned off. So what we're going to need is a few tools and some sticky notes and a pen. Anyway, first step is take your tweezers or a SIM eject tool, but I don't have a I don't care. No, don't go back. There we go. So remove the SIM tray and SIM card. We will put those right there. So, this is your iPhone 3G. Now, what you're supposed to do is use a suction cup, but this has been apart before. Okay. So, we're just going to take our pry tool and pry. Oh, no, don't do that. We're going to pry up from the top because this is kind of open. Oh, right, no, first we are going to remove our bottom screws. Don't forget to do that, you will break your screen. So we're going to take our pen and our sticky note, or one of our sticky notes. We need more than one. And we're going to say bottom screws. That's supposed to be an E, but it's readable, so that's fine. And I will know what is supposed to be here. And so we will do that to get the screws out. Because we gotta get the screws out so that we can not break our stuff while we put a pry tool in and pry up. You're not supposed to do it this way. What you're supposed to do is grab a suction cup, put it on there, and get it off. But I don't have a suction cup, so we're not doing that. But what you're going to do is fold the display up and then disconnect the ribbon cables. Now, we will take our display, put it off to the side so we don't lose it. Now, this is the inside of our phone. So what we are going to do is just unscrew the screws on our logic board. And before we lose those, we will take this and put logic board. And then we will take our screws and put them right there. Now, this logic board only has 3 screws, or 4 screws. Now, the reason for that is I keep taking this apart, and every time I do, I lose a few screws. So, this phone is missing tons of screws, and at some point, I'm just gonna buy a new one and restore the new one to this one. Whatever. Anyway, this doesn't have enough screws in it. There should be more. You should actually, look at an iFixit guide. They know what to do. So what you're going to do is use your fingernail or a pry tool, not something metal, but your fingernail or a pry tool to remove all the ribbon cables. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on our logic board and fold it this way, as to not rip our camera's ribbon cable. Now, I have already ripped our camera's ribbon cable, but what we're going to do is fold it over, unplug it, and then boom. And then we can put our motherboard aside. Now, that doesn't really work anymore, so we're going to make another sticky note for stupid sticky notes keep folding up as I'm writing. Anyway, we'll put the camera ribbon cables bit over there because I broke the camera ribbon cable trying to get the logic board out in the wrong way. So don't do that. But our next step is to undo the singular screw holding in the camera. And put that screw over here. Now we're going to want to grab our tweezers to grab this little bracket. Now this little bracket holds in the camera so it doesn't rotate. Now this is our camera right here. So now what we're going to do is remove the dock connector. First step is to make another sticky note, okay, and put dock on it, okay, and then we will remove the two bottom screws that are in the bottom of the phone. Now I'm going to do this the bad way, which is where you remove the screws and then you remove both of them and then you just kind of tap the phone on your hand. Now what you should do is unscrew it, use your tweezers if necessary, and grab the screw. But I'm too lazy for that, so we're going to fold up ribbon cable number 4 and then we're going to unscrew that screw. And be careful not to let your screwdriver slip, because that can poke the battery. If you poke the battery, that is bad. That will start a fire. And then we will stick our screwdriver in sideways. It's kind of hard to do. But then we will undo the two screws that hold it in. The hands are really shaky, so it's kind of hard to do this. So once again, we're doing this the bad way, the way you shouldn't. And then we will, yep, and that is why you do not do the bad way, because screws will fly away. Anyway, leave that hanging as you do not want to rip out the cable. So, we will start on this screw, and actually, no we won't. We will make another sticky note called mute switch. Now, you can label the sticky notes whatever you want. I don't care. But as long as you have your screws organized, that should be fine. Now, this is a very abridged guide, as I have lost most of the screws in this phone. So this is not really a guide on how to do it correctly. As if I went over it, it would be quite hard, as I would have to show screws that I don't have anymore to do it. So yeah, that's not really great. But the good thing is, it is shorter, so this will be, there's two screws. Yep, and there's your screw, and then everything should pop out, and then we'll just put that there. Put our volume buttons there. And here is your frame. And you can remove the vibration motor. It's 2 screws, but I forgot about it, so yeah. So let's take off the vibration motor. Okay, so what we will do is we will remove 1 screw, put it in there, remove another screw, and put that there. And this is as far as we will be going, because I really don't want to take off the battery, because the battery is incredibly hard to remove. So what we will do is we will go back from here. First step is to put our dock connector back in. This is actually what you should do, is put the dock back in. And then we will take our frame, we will push it down with equal force on the 4 corners. Then, here we go. So, what we should do first is bend the vibration motor's little plastic thing back, because I think that was what was preventing the vibration motor from working in this phone. So what we will do now is remove this, and that's not good. Okay, so we will replace the screws holding in the vibration motor. Replacing the screws does take quite a while. So we will put the screws back, and then we will find the screws for the dock connector. Now this is the screw that goes under ribbon cable number 4. And then we will put it into the screw hole. Now, these 2 bottom screws are definitely important to the phone, as these are what hold the dock connector in most structurally. And also, if you hold it holds the frame to the chassis of the phone, to the plastic bit at the back. Now, this doesn't really work, but don't mess with it much, because if you don't mess with it, the problem will not go away, but like, who cares? Let's take all the things we have finished, and then put them back. So what we will do is take our mute switch, put it in with the red dot facing down. You might want to do this before you put the frame in. Come on. No, work with me somehow. Get out of the way, please. Okay, so that should work. No, okay, so that's not that there's no SIM installed, but let's put one in. And then what we can do is we can actually disconnect both we can disconnect that. Let's press the home button once to make it stop. And then we'll disconnect the actual display connector and then that little weird one. And then we can see that it's a vibration motor. As we switch between silent mode and not silent mode. Anyway, so we can put the display back. But I really doubt that it will work, because usually you have to at least restart the phone for the display to actually be detected. Because iOS uses their way of detecting the display. Here it's touch. I don't know what it thinks I'm typing, but I think it's like left. Yeah, left, and then I made it so that it's on the screen when I type things. Anyway, oh no, it's not. So shamefully pry up the phone. And then we put the top first, and then we put it down. And then I mean, the phone is kind of big right now. Like, you can hear it alive. It's just that, yep, there we go. Yep, there we go. So now we can unplug the phone and then put the bottom screws back in. That's not really me, it's more just like, the phone is from 2009 and it's a bit old, or at least on the older side. So, yeah. Let's push and then put it in and then put her back in and boom, done. Cancel. Now there is a problem. Oh, the volume buttons do seem to be working. Let's see, will it play some music? Not that, that is copyrighted. No, not that. Let's play royalty-free music. Shuffle.